Sabay-sabay natin alamin ang mga kaganapan na nangyayari sa ating bansa.
Yo, what's up mga kaibigan? This is I2K po again. Ngayon nandito naman ulit tayo sa channel ni Pinas Trending Now TV. Dito naman ulit tayo magbibigay ng komento at reaksyon. Kaya samahan nyo ako guys. Let's go!
Yung budget naman po ninyo from NEP to GAA, tumaas po, di ba? From 207 billion to 245.
You are correct, sir.
Yes.
Sir.
But the problem is, yung ating important project, yung
For peace.
natapyasan.
Correct.
Now, we're here to look for the reason why natapyasan. Di po ba?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Hindi po ba doon sa GAB2, which is a product of the House deliberation on the budget, hindi naman po natapyasan? Would that be correct?
Secretary, please answer the question.
No, Mr. Chair, we don't have a copy of that in the department. All we have a copy of will be the NEP, our NEP submission, and then we have the final GAA copy. In between, unfortunately, we don't have a copy of those things in the middle.
Mr. Chair, the Vice Chairman of the Committee on Appropriations is here. Maybe he can answer that question. Na yung ating House deliberation on the 4-piece fund, hindi natin binago as provided for in the NEP.
Yes, I could take that.
Before Senior Vice Chair answer to make clarification on the query of Chairman Akop, let me acknowledge the presence of Congressman Idol, Senador Rodante Marcoleta, representing once again party list. Please proceed, Senior Vice Chair.
Yes, Mr. Chair, I confirm that. Doon po sa third reading copy of the HGAB 2024, I can send you a screenshot. Line 55 po.
Thank you, Your Honor, Mr. Chair. Hindi po ba yung Senado rin, meron din silang proseso na kagaya natin? They come up with their own deliberation insofar as the NEP is concerned. Tama po. Yes. So, yung ating GAB2, yung kanila hindi natin nakikita. As the good secretary has stated. But makikita natin may tapyasan after the bicameral conference. Nandun natin nakikita yung malalaking mga pagbabago. Di po ba, Mr. Chair, Madam Vice Chairman?
Please.
Well, Mr. Chair, as I had mentioned earlier, in this particular case, doon pa lang po sa Senate Committee report, nakita na po natin ang reduction po para sa program na to, yung 6.5 billion.
Thank you for the answer, Madam Vice Chair. So, hindi sa House nangyari yung pagtapyas. Nangyari doon sa Senate version. Ang problema, nagkaroon ng bicameral conference, pumayag yung House panel natin doon sa tapyas na yun. That should be the question. Kasi merong sa bicameral conference, may House contingent, may Senate contingent. Yun ang protocol eh. Even if I have not been there. Pero yun ang protocol. So, tayo, yung ang tinatanong ko kanina, complicit na rin kami sa pagtapyas eh, dahil pumayag yung representative namin eh. Mr. Chair, di po ba? Mr. Secretary, tama po yung figures ninyo eh. But starting 2016, minsan lang kayong na-increase yung budget ninyo for 4-piece. That was in the year 2019. Tama po ba? From 88.1 to 89.7 or an increase of 1.6 billion. All the other years, in 2017, ang increase po ninyo is 500 million. In 2021, 7 billion. Deficit in 2022, 8 billion. In-enumerate nyo ito kanina. 2023, 13 billion ang deficit niyo, yung natapyas.
Yung natanggal.
Yun. And then in 2024, 6.5 billion. Tama po ba?
Correct.
Now, if we look at 2023, nung 13 billion yung natapyasan o natapyas sa budget ng 4-piece, there was a conditional special provision given by the President. Di po ba? Na yung pag-implement nito, it's with the condition. Babayaran dapat natin yung backlog natin ng 27 and 2018. It was a conditional veto on the utilization of funds for prior years' claims insofar as the 4-piece are concerned.
Yes, Mr. Chair, that's correct. And we were able to pay the prior years because of that.
Because of this provision.
Correct, Mr. Chair.
But Kung titignan po natin, that was for 2017 and 2018. Natapyasan din kayo noong 2021 and 2022. Tama? Pero wala kayong backlog. Bakit?
Mr. Chair, that was what I explained a while ago. If you look at the 2020-2021 column ng deficit, zero, because there was really unutilized. During those times, COVID ho, so walang school, so the education grants weren't being paid. Number two, yung listahan ho, as mentioned, was being cleaned, so we didn't exhaust the 4.4. So I can only surmise that the good gentleman is correct that yung pagtapyas was based on our utilization nung 2020, 2021. If you look at the columns ng 2020, 2021, 2022, we did not incur as deficit despite the reduction because there were numerous issues. One, walang school. In portions of the school year wasn't complete, so walang pumapasok. So number two, hindi namin napuno. We were cleaning the list nung 2019 onwards, not 2020. We didn't exhaust the 4.4. So it's only nung 2023 talaga naming napuno, and that's why we wrote the committee asking the committee na sana, both committees, na wag nyo bawasan kasi we anticipate na we will need every single centavo from that appropriation.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, Mr. Secretary. So, the problem is, in the next budget, paano natin masisiguro na hindi na matatapyasan tong 4Ps? Di po ba?
Well, I have Mr. Chair, there's a room full of 4Ps advocates here who will definitely, I'm sure, help us champion the budget without cuts.
Chairman Akop, are you done? Kong JJ, please proceed.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, if my understanding is right, Secretary, so itong 4Ps, hindi po ito tulad ng ibang mga social amelioration programs ng DSWD. Dahil nakabase po ito sa isang batas, programa po ito.
That is correct.
Ang layunin nito ay maiangat mula sa kahirapan yung mga benepisyaryo. Tama?
Maitawid sila
mula sa kahirapan. Okay. So maitawid mula sa kahirapan.
Intergenerational poverty.
So napakahalaga na hindi dapat naaantala ang pagbibigay ng benepisyo sa kanila.
That's correct, Mr. Chairman.
Dapat yung matatanggap nila buwan-buwan, natatanggap nila yung assistant na dapat matanggap nila, natatanggap nila. Kasi oras na may pagkakataon na merong puwang o may gap doon sa buwan na hindi nila natanggap, pwedeng lumala yung level ng kahirapan nila.
Correct, Mr. Chairman. Yes.
So kumbaga, unting-unti po natin silang inaakyat, tapos mabutasan ka lang ng ilang buwan, babalik na naman sa stage 1 yon.
That's correct. Malulubog sa utang or so and so forth.
Kaya nga, hindi ko po masikmura yung nangyari na bakit natin ninakawan ng pondo yung mga mahihirap. Kasi dito lumalabas, merong 13 billion pesos na hindi natanggap ang mga beneficiaryo ng 4Ps. Sabi, kayo na po ang nagsabi, humingi po kayo ng 15 billion, nabawasan po ito ng 13 billion noong 2023. Ngayon, ang tanong ko, doon sa nabawas, ilang Pilipino ang hindi nakatanggap? Yeah, we're talking about the 9 billion. How many Filipinos did not receive what they were supposed to receive?
That's 839,463 households.
So can you imagine that? 839,000, did I get that number right?
Yes, 839,463.
839,463 households. So hindi lang po ito pamilya, households po ito. So sa isang household, ano po ang bilang ng DSWD na bumubuo na individual?
5 to 6.
So 4, so therefore 8,400 times 5, that's around 4 million Filipinos. 4 million Filipinos was deprived of that budget movement in 4Ps. I would like now to show a video because nung habang umiikot po ako sa distrito ko, tinatanong ko yung mga kababayan ko kung sino sa inyo ang 4Ps at sinasabi nila kami. At habang tinataas sila yung kamay nila, tinatanong ko ano ang naging problema ninyo. At hayaan na po natin itong babae magkwento, Sek, kung ano ba ang sitwasyon talaga sa mga barangay.
Ibigay po yung pangalan ninyo sa edad at saka taga-sana na po.
Ako po si Jonathan Anglit, 55 years old, taga-Kapay, taga-barangay Kapay, Campeso.
Yung concern niyo po na gusto yung ilapit kay Kong?
Ang concern ko po ay tungkol po sa Purpis. Sa Purpis po, ako po bali 1 year nang hindi na-payout pero hindi po ako po kasi naging parang i-declare na non-core. Pero andun pa din po ako sa master list. Hindi po tulad ng mga first na non-core na natanggal talaga sa master list. Pero kami po bali, ilan din po kami na non-core na nasa master list na hanggang ngayon po hindi pa kami nakakapiyan.
Sino-sino po yung mga
Anyway, so
ang akin po natatandaan ay si Amalia.
Ang pinaka-good nitong kwento ng babae,
Hindi po magkasalanan.
simple.
Lang po kayo na...
Ano yung 4Ps beneficiary? Tapos hindi niya alam kung bakit siya biglang nag-delist.
Na-declare na non-core pero
Habang
labas ng...
patuloy na tumatanggap, yung mga kasamahan niya sa barangay. Kaso lang, nung nalaman niyang na-delist siya, nandun pa naman yung pangalan niya sa master list. So hindi niya ngayon maintindihan bakit hindi siya nakakasama doon sa mga payouts kung ang pangalan niya naman ay nasa master list. So that happened for almost 1 year. And let's not forget that 1 year that when it happened, that was the year after the pandemic. So that begs a bigger question. How were people expected to come out of poverty coming from a pandemic? When everybody was expected na mas lumala pa yung level ng kahirapan nila, tapos sila bigla na lang madidelist, hindi mapapasama. Tapos may 4 million pang hindi natin nabigyan. So ang tanong ko ngayon, Sec, paano natin, is this because may listahanan tayong isinagawa? May bagong listahan? Kasi kung may bagong listahan na ginagawa, bakit naman naapektuhan yung mga taong technically ini-evaluate pa?
Tama. At yun nga po mga kaibigan, dito po nagtatapos ang ating reaction video. Muli ako po si I2K ng Sundalo ng Dunggalo. Maraming salamat sa patuloy na pagsuporta. Yeah, peace out.